All right, let's talk about the future, specifically your future. We're going to dive into the skills you need to not just get by, but to absolutely dominate the next few years. This isn't about just keeping your job. It's about making yourself so valuable you become indispensable. Oof, does this hit a little too close to home? You know that feeling, right? That nagging sense that the world is moving just a bit faster than you are? You are definitely not alone. This quote just perfectly captures that quiet anxiety, that fear that while we're trying so hard to play it safe, we're actually falling behind. So, that leads us to the big question, doesn't it? In a world that is absolutely crowded with people who are good enough, how do you stand out? Better yet, how do you become the only logical choice? I mean, how do you set it up so that when a new opportunity comes along, you're the only person they can even imagine for that role? That right there is the goal.
To get there, we first have to understand the trap so many of us fall into. You know what I'm talking about. It's that feeling you get late at night, endlessly scrolling on your phone, and that little voice in your head just whispers, "You're getting left behind." Well, that's it. That's the average performer's trap, and it's where good enough goes to die.
And look, here's the hard truth. That little voice, it's not wrong. In a world that is changing this fast, the old strategy of just being good enough to get by is a guaranteed losing game. Standing still today is exactly the same as moving backward. Okay, so how do we escape this trap? We do it by making a very conscious, very strategic shift. It's time to stop thinking about being just another option on the list and start figuring out how to become the only choice. And let's be clear, this isn't about ego. It's about security, and it's about impact. When you are the only logical choice, you're not competing on things like price or your availability anymore. Nope, you are competing in a category of one. That mindset is the ultimate antidote to the fear of becoming obsolete. So how do we actually get there? How do we do it? We build something I call an untouchable skill stack. Think of it like a toolkit. It's made of 5 key parts, 3 core skills, and then 2 really crucial methods for mastering and combining them. Let's break down what's in this toolkit. First up, strategic creativity. And I want to be super clear here. This has absolutely nothing to do with being artsy or being able to paint. It's about problem solving. It's the ability to see a solution that no one else does because you're not following the standard playbook. It's about breaking the rules to find a better way. Next is the skill that is literally the engine behind everything online, persuasive writing. I mean, think about it. Every single email, every website, every video script, it's all an attempt to move someone to action using words. If you can't articulate your value and persuade people, you are practically invisible in today's digital world. And that leads perfectly into our third skill, attention engineering. Because what good is amazing persuasive writing if nobody sees it, right? We live in an attention economy, and the defining feature of that economy is that everyone is distracted all the time. If you can learn the mechanics of how to capture and hold focus, you essentially hold the keys to the kingdom. Now, to master any of these skills, you need the first of our 2 crucial methods, radical focus. Just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got the jack of all trades, right? Kind of mediocre at 5 different things, juggling them all, but truly great at none of them. Then you have the master who goes deep on one thing. That's our goal. Stop dabbling, go deep. And this is where the magic really happens. This isn't about learning a brand new skill, but applying our second method, the process of personal value stacking. You see how it works. You start with a base skill, like strategic creativity. Then you stack persuasive writing on top of that. Then you add attention engineering. When you combine them, you create your own unique, untouchable stack. You're no longer just a strategist. You're a high-value problem solver that nobody else can replicate. And that, right there, is the ultimate payoff. When you build your unique stack, the whole idea of competition, it just kind of melts away. You're not trying to be a tiny bit better than the next person anymore. You are operating on a completely different level. You've literally created a league of your own. Okay, so that's the big picture strategy. But what's your first move? What do you do, like, right now, after this? It all starts by applying that principle we just talked about, radical focus. Your job is to pick just one of these core skills to start with. Doesn't matter which one calls to you, persuasive writing, strategic creativity, attention engineering, just commit to one. And here's the non-negotiable rule. You learn that one skill, and you keep at it until it actually starts paying you. until it generates real, tangible value in your career or your business. Only then, once you've actually achieved some level of mastery, do you even think about stacking the next one. This is how you build a real foundation, not a house of cards.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. The future, the world in 2026, it isn't waiting around for you to feel ready. You can keep scrolling or you can start building. The choice begins right now. So what will you master first?